U.S. aviation authorities have issued notices warning airlines to exercise caution in the airspace over Mexico and Central America due to military activities. Now, the advisory will remain in effect for 2 months. U.S. President Donald Trump has suggested in the past that U.S. will carry out land strikes against drug cartels in Mexico. In an interview to Fox News last week, Trump had alleged that cartels were running Mexico. He had warned that the U.S. will soon hit them on land. The warning for airlines comes a day after a report by the New York Times claimed that U.S. is pressuring Mexico to allow its forces to conduct joint operations against drug cartels in Mexico. According to the New York Times report, U.S. officials have demanded that either special operation troops or CIA officers be allowed to accompany Mexican troops on raids on suspected fentanyl labs. The New York Times report claims that the demand was renewed after the January 3rd U.S. operation to capture Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. The U.S. action has put Latin American countries on the edge. Military strikes in Mexico would mark a major escalation in the Trump administration's so-called war against drug trafficking. Now, Mexico is not only U.S.'s next-door neighbor, it is also its major trading partner. And as the threat of U.S. strikes looms large, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum has claimed significant success in combating drug trafficking. In a media briefing, Sheinbaum said that efforts to crack down on Mexican cartels were showing compelling results.
There are very compelling results from the joint cooperation and the work that Mexico has been doing. Seizures in the United States near the Mexican border have fallen by 50%. Why have these seizures decreased? Because they are now being carried out in Mexico.
Well, earlier this week, Sheinbaum and Trump had spoken to each other over a phone call. According to the Mexican president, she had conveyed to Trump that U.S. intervention in Mexico was unnecessary. She also cited the drop in the homicide rate and much lower fentanyl seizures by the United States as proof that Mexico's action against cartels was working.